Is Mboro PFP Mutsoning. I want to thank you for coming and responding to our invite. I know you've been wanting to talk to me and ask me questions. Rize will give you that. This place is called the Home of Wonders, where my spiritual children, great leaders, Baruti Baba Holo, politicians, business people who fear cameras, who says we want one-on-one, we want exclusive attention, and they contribute, because the Bible made it clear, if you see the prophet, you must have a gift, and we give spiritual, we get material. It's partnership. And they're the friends of Mboro. They come all over the world. They sleep here. They get prayed for here. It's one of my residents. I've got houses, but I have given it for the ministry, for the kingdom of God. Today, Kitabenya, our arrest, we will give you an opportunity to ask where you want to, but to just give you a background, we were arrested for kidnapping, common assault, and trespassing, shooting with an automatic rifle, discharging and failure to produce it, you know, and again, those things they qualify you for Schedule 5. And there was also J50. J50 is given, you get an application where the suspect is a high risk, is not traceable, cannot be found anywhere. The police find him, they must apply and get that person there. And all these charges are fabricated, are false. And this is my son, Reviver, the father of the alleged children. And it has been mentioned many times that they don't know where the whereabouts of the children. Some media houses gave a false information that the kids are in the hands of the state. Before I give you answers, I'll be giving you that opportunity to speak. Before you ask me anything, Navel have been wanted. I want to spill part of the beans. There's a lot of beans, but part of it. There's been an incident. There's a group called Scap, led by Sibangani Manyati, Winduna. And then there is Zakele Mngube, who is the deputy president. If you owe a person, if a person can go to anyone and say, so and so is owing me, they go, they are debt collectors. If someone has a dispute of the house, they go there, they beat you up, they kill you, they torture you. They had captured, they allege that they captured the courts, the prosecutors, the police. That are their allegations. There's a video where they are stating all those things, how powerful they are. They came and shot a church. God protected me. Some people got hurt. A 62-year-old woman that time, blood spilled over her head, a young man of 16 years. So at Katlehong North and Katlehong South Police Station, these people are known. They're untouchable. They refuse to open the case. We reported them. They even tampered with the crime scene. The cartridges were left. Some people picked them and took them to the police station. They refused to take them and saying they are already handled by hands. Finally, they took them and they didn't register anything. Some they took them. Even today, there's no arrest. Now, General Kumalo gave instructions to Sifoloshi, the colonel who is the head of all the detectives in the district, to come here at the Home of Wonders. I want you to be clear that the address that was, they say, is unknown. It is here. They've been here. Even the secretary of General Captain Van Beek has been here. All to address that issue. They were forced to open it. It was opened. There's a prosecutor who was wrongfully accused, Mr. Mape, senior prosecutor, that, you know, he is corrupt. He showed me, he said, Prophet, you are a popular person, you are a man of God. Listen, here is what I wrote. I gave instructions that the gang leader must be arrested because he's implicated and his voice is here. And it's not. One of the investigating officers make it clear that the bosses said not to arrest. Now, that quarrel, when this family started to attack and harass, the office of the provincial commissioner has my address. The minister's office, while it was still Mr. Pegicele, Minister Pegicele, they have it. The NPA, there was a complaint about that. Until today, a serious case like that, no arrest. One was arrested, and then the matter was not enrolled. And in spite of the court order, they even said it that you're not going to do us anything. We've got the witnesses in the case who were not disclosed, but they were called by the very people that there isn't donors, the leadership of Cartel. So this whole thing, then you have Major One going on social media platforms saying that he's behind my arrest. Before this, he did mention it, that he has captured. And he told me the cases that I opened, that were withdrawn and all that. And then we made peace, there were apologies and all that. So this case that you see, they found the puppets, the small people who are also influential. And then there's been a way, a quarrel to get me in prison and make sure that I don't get bail. I'm away from all these things. So, you've got this family that has been coming here. The house that where you saw them doing the drama and all that was here with the police. Hurling all insults. He was in the house and the kids were in the house. Mama Bitsadi Ratani, you know, rubbish, or wreck, calling them all that. And I said to him, sit in there. Now, for the police to come and accompany kidnappers, because if you say you have an interim court order, the police must want to see it. They come to take the children without it. They stamp on this grass, they do whatever, they do it. This is our holy place. They are always escorted when they harass me. You are here now, I didn't display big guns and all that. Yes, I must admit, I do have heavy security that sleeps in the house with rifles. Everybody knows Pastor Mboro, they know it. But in this incident, we never went with them. We never involved them because it's a family matter. It's not criminals. It's not dangerous people. Now, General Khumalo has done his part. When the gang comes, we were given a team to help us, which involved the task team, the task force, the public order police. We're given those people because there was an incident where we had more than 30 armed forces, security forces with rifles who were ready because they wanted me to go to the hostel, to go there. General Khumalo said, and General Colonel Mere, Colonel Chamcham, Brigadier Nama, his team who deals with violent crimes, that you can't go heavily like that. There will be bloodshed. Because I said to them, guys, you want to take me? I'm sure you've watched this movie of Denzel Washington. They call it what? What is that? Equalizer. Huh? Equalizer. Where they captured and all that. I said, you want me? Don't do it in the church. Finish there in the hostel. Then that's when General Khumalo said, no. We will give you all, there were more than 150 police. All units were there when that thing was going to be done. So where one was arrested. Now, whenever there is an attack or attempt, we don't need many guns and all that. They will come to church, they will escort and come here. So they know the whole Gauteng, all who is in the police, they know where I live. So there's no need of J50. When they applied for it, the issue of the address, there was no need, no question about it. So it was that quarrel that this man has complained. And so now when we come into this issue, I will give you then an opportunity to ask, because today we said we have a surprise for you. The kids that we were told they were kidnapped, there was never a court order. There was never an interim order. Even the deputy principal who participated when they were beating Revival, he did it. Even the MEC, they were all the ANC youth. People are still going to be in a very serious problem. A very serious problem. Because now the ANC youth convener go and speak of this pastor who is attacking, guns at school and all that. The kidnappers are Malaza's family, Khalele's family, Webster's family. And they even we just discovered, the people of ANC Youth League to participate in this heinous crime. They even got the MEC of Education to participate in this heinous crime. They even involved the high-ranking officers to comment about me on things that are not true. Now, there is no court order. There is no gun. The very results, they got them on the 20th, when caught on the 19th. On the 20th, they got. When we go there on the 2nd of September, they have the results that says this is not a gun. We have a video that we'll release to you today. That video where Warrant Officer Mazibugo, his voice is there. He took pictures, he sent to the brigadier in the region and the province to say, this is not a gun. This is a blank. It's written on it, and look at the bullets. I took those pictures and the video, I sent them to Colonel Jam Jam because instead of being serviced by this, we have now to go to the province to be helped. To say, Colonel Jam Jam, look at this thing and show General, show your people underneath. Colonel Jam Jam takes it and then he sends it to Sfoloshi, my phone, they take it. They say I'm jeopardizing their case because they want me there. I was expecting Colonel Jam Jam to stand up and give that evidence. He did not do it. Why, we don't know. I will hear from him. Why did he let me rot in jail for 40 days? Being such a high ranking. Now this guy, and then he says, no, Menamfundis, what I'm going to do, I'm going to call my superiors, and he called them in my presence. To say, no, this is this. They steal. On it is written, there's no need for ballistic. You had the expert who commented from SAPS to say, when you disarm this thing, what you do, you take the ammunition one side, and then you separate with the gun and you don't use your hands. The reason why they held it with their hands, they knew it's not a real gun. You can't leave a fully automatic gun, AK-47, with a high-risk criminal at the station commander's office. So all these things that were done is because of escape. They've tried to kill me many times. God has been good on me. The whole country is crying about these guys. You talk about them, you're dead. But once they go to Boksburg prison, they will understand they don't play there. Yeah, there's... So my point is, you look at all these facts. You keep a good man with a 94-year-old woman. Was supposed to do a project. I'm doing rural development program, agriculture and all that in Free State. My mother has been waiting. When are you coming? I said we are still in Free State. My mom will have died. When she saw me, she cried tears. She was in an accident, broken fractures, legs. She had dementia, amnesia. God healed her from all that. We're going to celebrate that. Now I'm going there. But God kept her alive. So when you look at this, all these powerful people speaking of kidnapping and a gun that they knew. If I had a real, and they say I don't have I have a license. I have competency to carry an automatic rifle. I'm trained. That thing when you shoot here, you'll run, you'll throw your cameras away. You want me to prove it to you? So you can't. And there are laws of Firearm Act. You don't just discharge. You don't. People who are trained are not trigger happy. No. So you use it wisely. So they were. Lastly, I don't want to take more time talking. I want you today to talk. I just want to. There is no way. The school knocks off at 2. Revival went after 2. I arrived there 20 past 2. When the drama was happening, it was already around 3 o'clock. There were no kids. So he was dragged, put into the office, beaten. The crime was to just get the pangas, hand them over to him, to open for himself. We tried to run, they throw. There was no crowd. The lies about the CCTV camera, it will show them beating Reviver. It will show the kids hanging over him. There is no such a... Now they say he was seen. He's not a bodyguard carrying a rifle. Me and the other person. Now in another crash. Where is that footage? Is not there. They saw us there doing 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. They confirmed that we were running. Just imagine, Mboro, running away from women and 2 boys. Huh? Running. That's how powerful I am. Because I don't, it was a woman's month. How do you beat a woman? How do you shoot a woman? Mike, then they send the kids. There is no this is a family matter. Yeah. Webster, Coco Webster Malasa, who is a teacher there at Matsidiso Primary School, the deputy principal, and one of the teachers of the kids, they were all manipulated by Margaret Malas. So the court gave me instructions not to mention witnesses. I am not going to talk about witnesses because here I'm talking of the criminals that attacked us, that manipulated the whole thing, and not witnesses. And basically, this is the brief. Now you can ask. I just want you to see why was this thing, you know. So they wish to find Prophet Mboro doing fraud, doing crime. I have no criminal record. And in the hostel of Boyafoot, Mazibugo hostel right now, go now. There are solar lights there. Who put them there? It's Pastor Mboro. They came and asked us. Now there's a roof. You see the roofs that you see there at Mazibugo hostel? Question and all that. Who put that roof? It's Pastor Mboro. Requested by his indunas. When was it? What year was it? 2015. Right? Now they asked me, Ray, can you please come and help us fix these roofs? We were in that process of putting new roofs for those people. Now this thing is hell. I've been held from helping people, healing people, doing God's work. For what? Now, he will speak later about the kids. He has an interim court order. He has the kids. You say men are absent fathers, they are not loving their children. A man is beaten. The whole ANC youth, the whole MEC, allowing kids from schools to go and burn a church, led by the family gang. No arrest has been made. Even for our cars. Until now it's going to 50 days. No police officer came to me about my case of my cars. I was not even allowed to open a case. On my assault, I was assaulted again at the police station. After me, the station commander was assaulted. Now you don't report about the assault of the station commander. They assaulted. Then at the church office, we still get assaulted. We are not allowed. But Sifoloshi spent the whole night and his team on the 5th coaching, you know, with a lot of documents. And then we were out there. He was beaten. My hand was swollen. Hit by a battle dog, Webster. Veins were all over here. I was denied medical attention. I was given J88. I was not allowed. He was given J88. They took it from me. We were denied medical attention. We were denied the right to see the legal advice. We were denied all that. Even Vincent was not allowed to get a legal whatever. So this is big. We're still gonna share on our podcast. You know, Mboro podcast is coming soon. You'll hear what happened while we were there in prison and a lot of. We have now serious criminals who were discharged through our prayers in prison, who were selling drugs there, who were stepping people, who were doing what. So my going there to prison was to bring change. So all I'm saying is, The whole thing was orchestrated. Even when I got there, the prisoners were waiting for me to step me to do whatever they want to do. So, but God was good. So I will allow you. I think I gave you a little bit of the background so that you have a picture of what is happening. So you are free to ask any question.
Talking about prison.
And then who are you and where are you from?
Oh, I'm Raymond.
All right.
Yeah,
from
Cartel. Yes,
oh, you are the ones who wrote a lot of toilet about me. But I forgive you. I forgive you.
No, it's not like that, Pastor. I just wanted to pose a question because you say we're talking about prison. Because most of the time, people will talk about prison numbers and all that. Were you any chance forced to join any gang in prison? Sorry.
When I arrived there, I'll just answer that. But there's a lot in prison. And then they say to me, you're not. Says go to Mboro and Mboro, Pastor Mboro. There's no Pastor Mboro here. This is prison. Now tell me, where are you? Which gang do you belong? Which group do you belong to? We don't want to hear about Mboro here. We have 26, 27, 28, rough 3, rough 4, big 5. Who are you? I said, yeah, ne? I said, I'm a Christian. They said, oh, okay. Yeah, we have ZCC here, we have everything here. Okay, well, so we just want to know. But later, I want to thank the officers of Boxback Express. They said to me, you must keep your mouth shut. It was cold. I said to them, listen, do you see how cold it is? This weather is going to change. Then they said, no, don't preach on. And ask them now. That freezing place at Makulugotu changed. I focused on praying, worshiping God. As you saw me in court. I don't know why you just chose where I was praying. There's no other picture where I was doing whatever. People use Muti, but because it's my life. I worshipped and I praised God. And they will bang the doors. They will. The guys that at Makulugutu, they put people who did, who have additional charges. They banned the prison. They were stepping people. It's a place of isolation. And it was the safest place according to them. Because in the crowds, it was bad. You know, when you go into prison and they say you raped, believe you me, your anus will be worked on and it will be good enough to carry a lot of stuff in there. It's a bank in prison. And if you are shooting people, you are terrorizing, you go there, they say, welcome. You have, even Vincent, they said, gunman, come here. You are shooting kids out there on the streets. We want to show you. You Mboro, you're doing your magic there, kidnapping our children in the schools. Because the media, the information of the family gang, the police, the state, the way it was put, and it has to happen like that so that I get injured in prison. When you're injured, then they say the community, he can't get bail. So I had to be injured. So they had to put me there. And now they put me with Jamza, the RAV4 last number. And then he wakes up, he says, we're talking about Mboro. He thought, is this a dream? Mboro. And then I sleep on the floor. Then they gave me the sponge there. I sleep on it. You know? There's no Mboro there. But before it goes far, to shorten it, that guy, I was sleeping on the bed, he was sleeping on the floor. They smoke their thing. You end up smoking because you are there. But he ended up smoking at that without fighting. You know, if you have evil in your heart, you attract more evil. But if you allow Christ, his blood, his weight, you can only terminate that. And then I'll tell you later, you know what happened, but there was no more smoking. in the whole area, there was peace. There were no more people who were taken to that. Because you must know, you sleep with someone, he can choke you. When he was about to do his thing, he fell down. And then he woke up, he became a different. You've got guys who, like Pigoloms, they go like Spider-Man, those guys. Get a dope, squash it and drink it. Anything is a weapon. We'll talk about prison. But I'm saying to you there, you are locked with such a person. And when you go out during exercise, you are mixing with those guys. That's where the knife was thrown down from a guy's face. So you go there, ask him. They beat his eye. It was red, it wouldn't close. And then his leg, the knee was solid. And then they had to beat him. God straightened him. And then he said no. And then the other guy, Mkunu, who was stepping the police doing one, he said, when he got there, I said, let me pray for your eye. And then he took out the self-made. He gave it to me. We throw it on the ground. Unfortunately, the mistake that we did, it was thrown out through the window. Because if a person, you can't report that person. You understand? Now, when you throw it out, it becomes a weapon to somebody. And you know how they do it? Underneath there, the anus, the stomach. That's where they store things. So you have to pray, love, forgive, make yourself right with God, worship, talk about the cross until it changes them. Lastly, I prayed one time, I couldn't believe it, everybody slept. They didn't even have to take drugs. It's very painful. Once you go to jail, you'll never hate drug dealers. You'll never hate people who are taking drugs. It is the only way for them to cope. The real people who are in charge, who are making money, are there in parliament, are there in Sanchez. So running around and saying you're going to punish these guys you find with dope. For me, I used to say, hey, it's Zoctola, it's working for those. But when I look at them now, I see victims. When I see a person, if I can find out that you are taking drugs, I'll never report you. If I find out you are selling drugs, I'll never report you. The one who is supplying you is manufacturing is the one. So I'll pray for the users and those people. But I survived by worshiping and seeking God and transforming those people. Yes.
Pastor Mboro, you mentioned that there's actually a cartel trying to remove people from South Africa as an online application.
Yes.
You mentioned that there's a cartel that is set to bring you down. That is said to bring you down. They've even attempted your life at your church, where you had to fight fire with fire. What is the problem there? What is happening there, Pastor Mboro? Take us through what is it? Did you maybe step on wrong toes? What happened?
Yeah, I did. They did say it. Look, these things are there in the statements. You've got their videos saying it. You've got videos, you've got recordings where they are saying it. You know, we took it to the minister, to the National Commissioner's Office, Provincial Commissioner's Office, NPA. There are videos, there are voices where they mention what they do. There's another pastor in Fostoras was shot. I mean, on Sundays, pastors get killed. It has become a norm. My point is, reporting certain people who are controlling, you are in a big problem. You know, we have chairperson Induna in Cartel, Tumisani Buteles. He went to the province, he went to the district to report. People were now buying bullets in the township to say, Scap is killing our people, we can't. Nothing was happening. You've got Mam Kanyele, you've got Lucky, who is a secretary of Izinduna Zasekatlong. Maybe after this. Interview those people. They've been looking for the media. No media wants to take their story. Those people are feared. And in fact, I quote, prosecutor, senior prosecutor, he wrote that this thing, I won't put it on the roll. Because the person that claims you know what they do? If you are arresting on this and is in other cases, he says, I'm the one. And then the main one, then they swipe it, then they go out. He says, here's the main person, Sibangani Manyati. I gave instructions to the police to arrest. They didn't arrest him. So you are saying I'm corrupt? And then I say, so I touched the wrong people. And Major One, Bushir, did tell me of his power. And I saw it. Now, here are they on the social media, he's speaking that it was his God behind this. He was behind my arrest and I was not going to go out. There are millions that are paid for me to be killed, for me to be done this. But God being God, because I still have work to do. And I'm not saying this because I want to hate Bushiru. He said, he made it clear, I love him with the love of God. I love all pastors, and I say there's no need for us as pastors to hate each other and fight, even pay for each other's death. Let us follow what Jesus has done on the cross and follow what God is saying and walk in love and forgiveness. So yeah, it is the whole thing. It's powerful. Spiritual leaders, religious leaders, and Scap and Colonel Sifoloshi for him to act the way he acted. Look at Detective Mwe, the investigating officer. They are sitting with a report, a ballistic report from the 20th. You go there on the 2nd. On the 28th, is it the 28th? I was smuggled in prison. Someone signed there. I go there. Nobody knows. One of my co-accused is left behind. We are separated. And then I'm blamed for it. That I'm doing who is that Webster? The best thing. So I'm accused for that. And I didn't take myself there. Nobody can account. But living there, that is not important. All I'm saying is, you can see this. How do you have MEC commenting? ANC commenting? School governing board. Putting, even reviving 9 cases that are proving that I was arrested 9 times. They found me, I'm not a high risk. So you can see, right now, fabricated things. Yeah. Yes, ma'am.
It's Rorisa. I'm from Times Live.
Yeah.
I've got a few questions. Firstly, I would like to understand, your son was assaulted on the day of the incident.
Yeah.
Your property was damaged and burned.
Yeah.
Are you not both pursuing criminal charges for these acts that happened against you?
We have.
Are you not persisting? Well, what's going on?
We have. We were kept in prisons because of this defeating the ends of justice. We were kept there so that we don't follow up on these cases. We are the first ones to arrive at the police station to open the case. We were kept there. We arrived at 3:45. We were not charged. We are charged on the 6th, after 11. The final document, I signed it at 12:30 on Wednesday. And then in the morning on Wednesday, before I appear before court, they say there's a J50. And then write your address. I write it. They say it's the same. The very charging investigating officer. He says, but this is what you gave us. I said, yeah. And then he says, I don't understand because you were here. And they wanted DNA. And then they even said, you know what, Pastor Mboro, it's not us. It's our bosses. There's nothing we can do. All what is happening, we've never seen it. Now, cars have been trashed. The cars that had children inside. His face, Nanaldi Kunkuru, and I will release some pictures for you guys if you want to see them. We have pictures. None of them is injured. None of them is hurt. But we are the ones who end up there. I spent 40 days. And 40 nights. There is something about it. You understand? So, the station commander get assaulted. And the very general, Supology, argues with the station commander, why do you arrest this boy? He says, I will not allow this boy to hit me. There, no. They only arrest 2. And the rest are not arrested. Even now, no police officer came to me. Even now. Until we'll have to go to General Khumalo again. Which means the only way is the province and Khumalo. And this time, they took the phone, we had no access. Now who did you talk to in the province? You went for your case to be attended. Lift up your
Colonel Nell.
Colonel Nell in the province. And then what did they say? What did they do after that?
Well, after that, she just said she's not going to open an official case against Cartel police station. I must go there, find the branch manager, and then he will take me to Mr. Webb.
Mm-hmm. And then you did?
Yeah.
And then what happened?
No, nothing.
Did you receive a case number?
Yes, I did.
After that?
Yes.
And it was after how long?
I think it's like, I went, as soon as I went out, maybe a week after I went out, that's when I
so we can say in more than 20 days after.
Yeah.
You see? He had to go now to the province and then she could not make an official. Now did they come to you after that? And today is more than 40 days beaten. Now he doesn't have a JD, but he has, what do they call that draft? Memorandum. He just have the memorandum and that's, so are you calling, do you see what is going on? He's been there at the province. I requested to see the provincial commissioner. He couldn't see me before this thing happened. So the whole thing was to keep me behind bars while they destroy my family. They took my phone that had all the evidence. That proves that this is not a gun. And the next thing they will say, General Khumalo is corrupt because he's helping prosecute. Whenever there's a complaint, you go to the highest. You go to the provincial commissioner, you go to the head of intelligence. The provincial commissioner hasn't availed himself until now. This one has, and his intervention has helped because there will have been forces from my side to defend. Now imagine the bloodshed, there will have been Itumbe's name. You understand that? So, are you telling me Horikateong police station, they don't have Colonel Mere, the head of public order police? I'm the only one who has that. Are you saying that? Where the students march from the police station with the family, the gang family, to burn the church. They took it, they knew that. And when you get there, they said, you, the president of the general, you want the general, he wants the general to open the case for him. Let's see where is General Kumar. They said, let's see where is General. He knows the generals, we'll fix him today. So that's what happened. So the cases, I haven't been given to open my assault. Being assaulted by a small boy of 20 years. You still choose to open a case there. Doesn't that show a character there? I mean, I can trash that boy. And Kosana. I still don't do it. Huh? Coco Webster, the teacher there, I can do. I still don't do it. But I am the most dangerous. So even Chabu, one of the guys from the church, was not part of it. He came to the police station. We have a video there. Billy assaulted him. And lastly, these people were members of my church. The revival paid Lobola, but he couldn't finish it. It was 20 years. He said, when I work, you know, I'll do things. I don't want you to do all these things. Billy was my truck driver at church. This woman, Margaret, manipulated all these people. Keketsu. Is it Keketsu? What is her name? Keketsu Puri. She had fractured legs. They couldn't fix her in the hospital. We'll find that video. I prayed for her. She threw away crashes. She took out POP. She got healed. There were other personal issues. Those ones I'm not going to talk because they are not relevant. It doesn't mean to say, oh, if I pray for you, but I'm talking here about these people that where I was a father to them. So we were family. I don't know what's happening. I see that now. This is normal. I think there's something wrong. That's why I'm praying for these people. Yeah.
Honorable PFP, Angubingelelo.
Yes.
Maybe let's just appreciate and acknowledge that you made time and talk to us as media houses. Nonetheless, as a follow-up to my fellow colleague, Good Times Live, to say one would have seen a video trending recently of yourself attending the police station Yasemapotweni, the Cartel North. One would ask Uguti, what was the trip all about? That is number one, because we have seen you going there. Were you there to open a case or to do a follow-up? And just to check how far are they in terms of the cases, as much as you have escalated to the province. Number two, you have said it yourself, all you need, because you've been working with you for so many years. In reconciliation is to see yourself coming back to the community, coming back to the family, the other family. Though I won't go to the merits of the case, because that's what we need to avoid. What are the plans as the Incredible Happening Church going forward to reconcile the community, number one? Even with the school, as much as we are not allowed for now to go there, the school, but in the nearest future, to make sure that you go there and reconcile with those other kids as well. Number three, on a daily basis, we're there attending KCACO. We have seen members, Zekosas, members of the Youth League, if one can say so, wearing irregalia going forward. So, in other words, I'm trying to say, I'm not sure if I'm being misunderstood or what, but are we seeing other members of the Youth League are supporting Honorable Mboro, others Honorable Mboro, because we have seen young people, we have seen young people, Youth League attending, singing, praising the word Mboro.
Yeah, no, look, let me start with that. Minane Kosas, Sasko, you know, there's nothing they can do. This guy, or a convener, he was not speaking for the Youth League. He was speaking for himself. And he didn't have all the facts. He was manipulated. I've heard, I thought they couldn't strike court. They said, these are your people. Like, what? Somewhere, EFF, somewhere, MK, singing about me. To make it short, I went there on the cases that were open and the cases that must be open. And I needed my phone. Stop that. I needed. You see the child that they allege was kidnapped. He's crying for his mother. I needed my phone because I have to pay the bills. It's 2 months. Some of the houses are on a bond. You can't pay. So I had to pay. and all that. And I needed the evidence that I needed to use for all this thing. And then for me to, that was the purpose I came for. And the other purpose was, it was the case, yeah, and that. And then regarding Labantwana Bashisi, I feel there is a need. I'm going to give a reward, 5,000 rands for anyone who will give information, who organized that march, who banned. The damages are over 1 million. Okay. That tent was big. The sound there, it's hundreds of thousands, the sound. The keyboards, the instruments, the chairs, and all that. It's over 1 million. Now, we needed, also, I need reconciliation. I don't blame those kids. They were used by Malaza family, Webster family, Shalele family. And they were fighting against someone who is kidnapping children. They didn't know they were my grandchildren. They don't know he's the father. So they were thinking that, hey, this guy is doing muti with the kids. They were told, he's coming to your school. If you don't ban this. So they were trying to defend the wrong. That's why no one protested after this. So there has to be reconciliation with that. And now the court has said, I must not set my foot in that school. I will not set my foot in that school. But we need to find a way legally through the courts again. Because once this case ends, because this is a fraud, you will give the side, you'll hear there's an order that proves that whatever they were doing was a lie. Here's the father, and you will see the children will just cover them. You'll see the kids are here. So we need also reconciliation with the school governing body of Matsidiso. This judgment that says we can't, it's not, we need to heal our nation. We need to heal our people. There has to be that thing so that those kids, they are, you know, build that, and the teachers, and the teacher of this big boy, you know, what is the name? Give me man. Wow. Mrs. Mlangen. He did a great job with this kid. She was the best. And we honor Mrs. Mlangen. And she didn't participate in what these other teachers were doing. So it's not all the teachers of Matsidiso. I just saw 3. And the deputy principal. So we need reconciliation. My church is banned, but it's not my church, it's God's church. So I'm not bitter really, or we want to kill back, so there are people who are already pledging, who are committing, or we want to do this, we want to do this, we want to do that. So we will be on that. So Mboro podcast and Prophet Mboro Times Facebook, they will hear more. And some of the media houses have invited me, and we'll be doing this whole thing. But there's a need for us to work together. Even the office of the MEC, he still needs to apologize. We still need to find a way, although there are legal implications. You know, when you do damages, and the legal cost here is over 1 million. The legal costs. So people are still going to be charged. But I'm not here interested. And the police, I feel that they need a father. They need help to be used like that. It's so yeah. Now I'm on a program of building. You know, because revenge, it's not good. You can fight, but at the end the war must end. Ne? And when it ends, it's up to you how much damage you want to see before it ends. But this war has to end. This war has to end, and people must repent, and we reconcile. Yes, ma'am, you were asking.
Okay, Pastor. Everyone is asking. Follow up to my question about Cartel. Why are they targeting you? We've posted videos about this already, but people want to know why you. What is it We know that you're a powerful pastor, you're a famous pastor. We've seen you over the years. I'm sure it's over 20 years that you've been in the ministry.
It's
But,
over 40 years.
yes, but we want to know why you? Why are they targeting you?
Well, Baruta faith leaders, spiritual leaders, they shift from the cross. Remember, we are to preach what Jesus has done: repentance, heaven, reconciliation with God. But now the church has become business. Kuneinyanga, kunabafundisi, like the quarrel between Bushiri and Prophet Mboro in this house. I forgave them, I helped them. They create stories. Mboro went to heaven, what, so that I'm discredited. They can get people. Now my influence is a problem. And again, when you heal people, those who are putting things in these people, they get affected. It becomes it's about power. It's about influence. It's about control. Now I'm loved everywhere. There's no pastor is known like me. I'm loved in the taverns, in the pubs, in prison, everywhere. So that is a problem for other people. And Scap, the man who I brought healing to, his wife, Mrs. Cartel, it is Kulu Cartel. I bought a house, 950,000. It was an ML. Because they looked after me, you know, and then as a way to, you know, when people do good, you reward them. And I bought this house from them. And before I give it to the church. They stole the money. They stole millions. And the furniture they have is my money. The wife said, you know what? We have taken so much from this man. That we cannot demand money from this guy. There's an issue, a legal issue actually. What we can do, leave this man. He wants his wife to testify that I robbed him. I owe him 600,000. The wife refused. And it is alleged that he killed his wife. I'm not saying he did, it is alleged. The wife refused to testify. And who can buy you a car of 950,000? So there's a lot that I've done for these people. But all the time people I do good, they step. And this guy was in my church. The Malaza, Khalele, they were in my church. You see, these are the people that I did something for them. And who are turning. And okay, here's the part I want to. What I've realized, if I shift from people, once I move myself, hey, can I into a bed? They want to destroy me. Gore, for my attention, people will do anything. Bang funang engane, go shooting in general, you know, Romfazi Lord, Nakanga Latin Dot, A Pansula. Later, if I can't have you, nobody will. I'm going to kill them. So Gunalento Leo and all that. And these Zitazam, my enemies, are looking at the closer people pay them and do that. Like in this family. You can see the whole thing is. But with the prayers and the forgiveness and the heart I have, God is already turning many towards me. And things are changing. Yes.
You mentioned that you were in jail for 40 days, which is very biblical. Are there any prophecies that were revealed to you that you'd like to share with us during that time? On anything, actually, number one. And then number two, you said there's a 5,000 Rand reward for information on who burned your church. Should you find out who did, are you going to press charges? Or like you said, you want to heal people, would you rather pray for them? What is the aim of finding out who it is? What do you think?
It will help the case, the investigating officers. They are seen there all over. It is known. So there will be that reward. And then these people must come and account and confess what happened. Because these kids, they will have to be arrested for what they've done. But as the person who owns the case, I have a power to bring reconciliation. and say, this is a child, is a 16-year-old, is an 18-year-old. Show them. Because if you don't have a case against the person, they're free. But if there's a case, there is something that binds them to comply. Because we need reconciliation. The principals must account. We cannot have schools used. We cannot have the MEC, maybe is a nice guy. But because of the manipulation and the lies he got, he had to quickly release a statement. They say the minister of the police, I'm not sure, he made a statement. It was on the basis of what they received. So the truth must come out so that there can be proper reconciliation and repentance. And if people want to do it in Boksburg prison, let them go there and experience it. If they want to join me in the campaign of healing the nation, and then what God showed me in prison, we have a broken country. The police are broken. The way they live, you know, it's horrible. We need spiritual fathers in this country. People who will build people through the word, give them hope. We need a power that will change the hearts and the behavior of the people. And is to take everybody back to the basis of the cross. The death, the crucifixion, the death, the resurrection of Jesus on the cross. The reality of the word of God. How our lives through our relationship with Christ can change. So it is. I'm no more bitter. I feel sorry for these people. You know, I'm not looking for the worst to happen to them. I see that if you can imagine me, Memalaza, that youth leader ANC, youth league, Koko's family, Webster and Hlalele, they repent. And all the people they've messed up. Okay, yes, Nkosan. When we're in Ramkunupi cells, we're locked in Libashiman Banyaope. They were taking risks, then they stopped a bit. When they brought in the new staff there, there was violence. Now I was tired. Once you stop praying, they relapse. Then you're in trouble. Then I made a mistake. I shouted. You know, when you deal with them, you pray, then I said, then when I use the flesh, then the police officer came and said, what's happening? I said, no, there is a smoke there. And they said, okay, this man is an old man. We'll put you in your own cell with your guys. When we were moving there, Kosana, the son of Malaza, it took his back, the blankets and that thing of sleeping. He said, these people will torture, will kill me. And then when we arrived, I said, but you are our enemy. They're hitting my cars there. Look at the blue eye of the revival. We hear that the tent is also, the church is burned, your family. He says, are you not afraid that will kill you? You know what he said? I'm better off with you because I know you. You are my family. Those guys, you can't leave them with them. And then I said, my God, maybe God is testing me. I took this guy and I said to him, when the dust settles, boy, look now you're in prison, they left you here. It's not a right way to protect the family by throwing stones and doing this thing. These kids, they need you as an uncle. Revival is your brother-in-law. Imagine what can happen. Did we need this? And then I said, you're going to have a criminal record. The police that are on your side, they protected the deputy principal, your aunt and everybody. When are your mother? You're here. You assaulted the station commander. Where are you going to work? And he said, yeah, you know what, he didn't think. I said, you are Malaza. You are the head of that family. Women will drive you crazy. They will make you do things. And then from there, they leave you. They think now a woman can, you know you're a woman. They will trash the car and trash the windows. From there, I'm sorry, baby, I'm sorry. What are you going to do? So these people, don't take them, don't follow them. You'll go to jail and trying to be their hero. And then he said, when I come out here, if you will forgive me, I will join you in the campaign, talk to my family, and seek peace. And when they went to where revival staff is, he was not there. When they went there again to abuse him after this pain, they didn't find him because he was this side. I said, that boy has learned. Because if it was before, he would have gone there and broken there. So, you see, Nkosana needs a father. Malaza's family needs a father. The husband is gone, and the husband was ruled by this woman. The sons-in-law of that family, they are ruled by this women. So, really, I see an outcry. They lost a father when they were young, though they are at my age now and younger. So I see brokenness and more revenge. What is it going to do? So the purpose of this, I want to see justice. The arrest should happen. The deputy principal, do you know his name? He must be arrested for what he has done. The Department of Education must do its job. People must be charged. People must be suspended. Here is a court order now. Here are the children. Why are the kids here? If we are violating them, they are going to say now we bribed even that other magistrate. So when justice is done on my side, it's bribe. When wrong is done, it's justice. So all I'm saying right now, our country needs healing. Doesn't need hatred. Revenge, you can revenge what you can. Don't fight a war that you cannot win. And don't win a war that you'll not be proud of. When you fight, fight for a cause that will bring change and benefit. So, doing whatever, what will I gain? Nothing. So right now, I'm a father. I've got kids I adopted. I've got kids of my own. I've got grandkids. I have spiritual children. The nation needs me. And what do I teach? If someone shoots at you, go and hire a gang and kill. What country will we have? No. So the Lord's Prayer is the prayer we'll be praying. That's a prophetic word. It changed prison. And this case that is a fraud must end so that I can be allowed to go back to prison. Because as long as I have a pending case, I have to wait for 6 months. And I miss those people. I've got sons, I've got brothers now in prison who have started change. And I'm afraid if I leave them so long, they're going to relapse. So we need, it has just opened my eyes of the other world. You know, when we talk about prison, I'll use my podcast and other opportunities. We interview people. You understand what is happening in prison. Actually, prison makes people worse. They go there, not smoking, not taking drugs. They now take drugs. They go there HIV negative. They come back HIV positive. There's a lot. You don't want to be arrested. Believe me. The worst thing in prison is being a prisoner of the prisoners. Not those walls. Those walls are nothing. But the people inside, the police, the whole system. It's kaput. It's bad. And God introduced me there to be the light. And I survived. They never did anything. And that is a miracle. Yeah, I feel that I'm so much attached to people who did violent crimes, and since I saw them change through prayers, I realized that, you know, even Scap, I'm no more bitter. It's just that there's an interdict. If there is a way for us to talk, I will want that dialogue, because they control these guys anyway. They control the police. They control some of the prosecutors. So one must just pray for them and find a way of transforming. If God will transform those guys there, I believe now. Now I know. Now I know. Yeah.
You keep mentioning Scap.
No, Scap is that Cartel.
Oh, it's the name of
It's
the
called
cartel.
Scap. And start making a research on the cases of Scap. Go to that hostel. It's a lot of people who are tortured. They meet once a month. If you are not afraid, you must be escorted. Once a month, the first week of the month, they meet and torture people there.
So it's a cartel of what? Is it pastors and
No, it's not
criminals?
pastors. There are some are using donors. They were dealing with stock theft before. Now, if you have a dispute, like there's a doctor, one of the Izin donors slept with his wife, and then he reported it at Scap, and then he was beaten, stripped off. If someone takes your wife, you go there. If someone takes your girlfriend, you go there. They will bring him back.
Prophet, two last questions quickly because I see colleagues are now exhausted.
Yeah,
At
yeah.
lapse kayakadliwa nyeke sambe singadlanga. I'm thinking, but nonetheless, colleagues, Prophet, in terms of pledges, you said pledges are coming through, and we have seen Prophet Marima at the court supporting you.
Yes.
We have seen your Bishop Makamu at the church when it was penny,
Okay.
saying Uzelapa as an individual, not as a community man. Do you mind sharing with us pastors that you have assisted even before, that have helped you personally to try and rebuild Isonto going forward? You might not give us the exact amount. Number two, we've seen you around the neighborhood, and I see it's almost white people that live here, praying for the rain, so on and so. So far, any communication amongst the neighborhood, the neighbors, as much as most of them are white people?
Yeah, well,
Add something just
yes.
Yeah. We also had one of the lawyers. There are also financial donations towards paying the legal from the pastors who are in support.
Yeah.
Maybe also add that in terms of
yeah, look, I haven't received anything yet. Kona Kelly fresh. That's when we'll be working on that. There are pledges, there are pastors who are pledging that I don't even know who have pledged to give. And Pastor Marima, Dr. Mkogozeli, they've been coming. Bishop, Pastor Apostle Mashashani has been there, and there's another white pastor, Kimang. No, I'll just check his name. They call it CFO or something like that. What is that church? Okay, I'll just check. They came there. It's just press. Bobo, Apostle Mbata, Bishop Ngwenya, Stole from Swani, it's a number of them. Baruti Babangat, actually, we are flooded with calls from Free State, all over KZN. They want to help. So we need to now give those accounts and the processes and all that. But yes, Bishop Makama was not, I haven't met him yet. He hasn't come since Kitswile. He came before. You know, he would have been dead if it wasn't my prayers. He was on oxygen during COVID. I stopped everything for 3 days, and I said he will leave, and he lived. He took it off. And Apostle Mbata, Liana, we were helping him build his house in KZN. I was contributing financially, and during COVID, I was helping him. He came, and Liana, and Reverend Misha was just disappointed. His party condemning me without hearing, buying the false story after Kibatusitsa during their campaign. You know, it's like being relevant. They were going to be popular when they do that. But I will see him. Leonel is a brother, is a father in the Lord. Rebuwe, hey, your MP. There has to be an apology. But as I say, Konar Toko Panang Lebaruti, and I have to publicly now announce the process, how do they do it. People want to help. I've helped people. You know, I gave over 40 million with all my projects. So I'm not moved by wealthy things and big things. And so, yeah, I love to help, but this is the time now for people to show up. And then Batota Moko Home of Wonders, those who want to come and give, they will see me here and transfer the money in the account. I don't prefer holding cash. They transfer, we pray, we do what. They will come here at the Home of Wonders. We'll give them all that information.
Mboro, maybe clarification on these two cases. Can you please help us? The case of assault. You said that people wanted to assault you, or there's this group that is behind your attack. We want to know where the case has been opened. And secondly, the case, where your church was penned down. Where did this case open, so that we can have the case numbers and then take it out with the cops, please?
They haven't come to me. They don't care about me and the church. They say it is the community. The community was angry because of the kidnapping. There is no kidnapping. You can't have your kids. You can't have somebody's kids. You can't have the father, who is the only surviving parent. Labantwana bazalwe ahlala no mama, staying with their mother. You can't keep the kids a month and then you own them. That is ridiculous. So that case, I hear that it is opened by the state. Now we want, because they call it what?
Asin.
Public violence as well.
You see? So that case, we want the people to do, and if they were serious, if they could keep us 40 days, they were running away from that because they worked with the police and this thing. So the other question was
the other
oh yeah, the Scap case.
Yes.
My cases are in the province because once they are here, there's been a problem. So that one is taken to the province, and that one of yours, they said they were going to give it to the province.
This one.
Yeah. No, they were not. And this one, also, our cases, we are out now. They are going to be taken by the province. You see, that's a wrong situation. But I spoke to the investigating officer, to them at the district, to say, what about those cases? They said they are going to look at that. They were not aware that they are outside. They only arrested 2. Now, those 2, I think she was arrested because she hit the door, she insulted the station commander, and their son assaulted. But the rest of these people are not arrested. So, since we are out now, they will be taken by the province. That shows that every case we open, it must have the intervention of the province. But since we came out, I must say, did you hear me say Nomangi 1/10? I didn't finish it. Ne? It was the police. They were saying slicer. Oh. Yes. So the police there, it has changed the attitude. The Cartel North Police Station attitude has changed.
So just a follow-up question,
Yeah.
because we need to be clear on this case. The one that, since you are out, are you going to go and open a case on yourself so that we know that there's a case that will open, they deny you or what? So that we can
Yes,
take it
I
up.
told them I have to open that case. And they told me that they are going to look at that. But they haven't done it yet. Remember, I was there. And we were okay. And remember, there was a police officer who was willing to open a case for us, but was stopped because they were busy talking while they were plotting for those people to get whatever they were getting. So we are going to make effort. The cases must be open, and the Scap issue must be followed. And I must put it on record that General Kumalo gave instructions to all the teams that deals with the gangs, that when they come as a group, because there were more than 30 last 40, the public order police were deployed there. So when they come there, I was given that assistance, that emergency, because if I get the guys with guns, do you see what will happen? It will be now like I'm a gang with a gang. So the law must take its course. Yeah.
No, I know there are questions coming out. When was the attempt on your life?
Yeah.
Number two, do you think or some pastors who want to ruin your reputation, but I should let this Scap Cartel to come kill you?
No, they are in collaboration.
But who killed
No, Major One made it clear on social media that he's God, he's behind this, and I'm not getting out. He said, he confessed that didn't you see it? Yeah, he made a statement. And before that, he told me of the cases that were withdrawn and that were there. We were talking with Major One. Remember, do you know Major One has been in this house? We have pictures with Major One. When he was in trouble, he was prayed for here, he was supported here, and he was helped. Even when he was in court, did you see me going there? His people lifting me up. So I was even in his house. So I'm a forgiving person. So he did confess. So it's Major One and another one. That one is like he's withdrawing the fights. Remember, if someone is stopping, I don't want to mention his name. Do you agree with me? Sure. Yeah, because it's not about revenge. There is another one who was mentioned in the case of Scap, another spiritual leader. I'm not going to mention him because you want to diffuse war as much as possible. If great leaders can stop fighting and embrace each other, we can have a better society. Mboro, Lechanyani, Shembe, Major One, Alflukau, Zondo, Methodist, Anglican, everybody, the Zangoma. You know, we become African people and we find each other. We can have a better society. So it is him and then Scap. Scap uzakhele mnube usibangani manyathi. Philemon Khatel. Kulu Philemon Khatel. He's not a pastor. He's my ex-member. So those are the people. And then Khalele's family, Webster family, Malaza family. And that's it. And these are the known that are behind this. And there's more money that has been paid on my head. So, yeah, but God is there.
Now, my last question.
Yes.
Do you have any regrets? Or would you do it again if you had an opportunity to go back in time?
Regrets of what?
Everything that has happened that led you to being arrested.
Look, my son was brutally beaten, and I'm a father. I don't regret rescuing him because I never harmed anyone. I never shot at anyone. I never pointed anyone with a fire. I'm grateful that I didn't do that, and I'm grateful that he didn't take that weapon and hit them. And I'm glad that this happened because it showed me that no matter how angry I am, I mustn't I mustn't kill anyone. Because right now I would have been under the police. Now these police have no power over me. You want power over the police, don't be involved in any crime. You want power over criminals, no. So I haven't done anything wrong. The only thing that I have learned is I should have prayed more. I should have displayed more of the fruits of the Spirit. Use the language of faith. The Apostle Paul said, fight the good fight. Instead of where you want to raise an insult, you speak the word. Because I'm the prophet, I must slice them with the word. The Bible says the word of God is the sword. So I'm going to take the sword of God's word and use it more and forgive more, and worship God more and believe God more and see these people as victims themselves because the devil is working through them. Once you get the demon out of a person, they wake up and they say, I shouldn't have done that. So at least it has helped him. Now, if he can do crime, after being there, there, it's not a joke. So all I'm saying, Corey, we have learned. If your woman, as guys, you men, if your woman is causing noise and doing all this nonsense, rather sleep on the street. I'm telling you now. There are guys who are there because a woman cheated and all that. He stepped at the woman. You step at her, and then you spend the rest of your life in jail. Just walk away. They bark, these dogs. I'm not saying women are dogs. I'm saying any situation. It barks and barks. Leave a barking dog. Go, unless if it touches you. So all I'm saying is that I've learned that there are people I won't entertain anymore. There are people I won't waste my time on. If I see why men are introverts, they are running away from jail. When a woman says, I'm shy, and then you listen to her, you beat her. 10 cars are in your house. Domestic violence. So if she's saying shy, run. Because they're waiting for you there. They will rape you for her. So all I'm saying is and please, Libon, I've learned. Now I advise them. Mama, yegelo ukshaya abanye abomama ukwenza nilwa nenza ini. Uzokhotha abanye abomama lecture. Bayakhothwa. Bazogezisa ngolwimi le. Khona into ezayikhotha lapha, you will lick something. So compare the challenge that you are facing and that short temper of yours and the imprisonment and walk away. So I've learned out of this, it's better to just walk away and ignore certain things, fight through faith, through the word, and that's it. Bo! Bo!
Yes, thank you.